Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines this morning. NFTs, Metaverse. Watch out for XRP FUD because we're going to bust some this morning. Bitcoin mining could cost one governor his election. Crypto taxes may have just gotten a precedent. We'll check out that as well. Philly's jumping in on crypto. Ripple higher. Very revealing information inside of that. I think a nice reminder to go along with what we're going to look at today. And will Ripple XRP Escrow be stopped? We're going to take a look. We're going to take a look at one article that suggests it will. How about this? A petition from non-US XRP investors, and John Deaton says no settlement anytime soon. We're going to hear from him. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove, and everything that we're talking about here today. $1.677 trillion market cap, ladies and gentlemen. We are off by more than 5%, almost 6% this morning. All those gains we saw the past couple of days look like they're wiped back off the board. Bitcoin 36,000 plus, Ethereum now 2,500 plus. We see Cardano coming in at $1 plus. We see Solana at $95 and change. XRP back at 59 cents this morning. I do believe it is a bridge currency for the world. Just as a reminder, that's my digital perspectives, not financial advice. 0.5936 on the bottom and 0.6337 on the top. They can't scare me out of this market. That money's spent, baby. That's where I'm at. And let me tell you else where my money is spent. It's right here with Masterworks and Scott Lynn. Yeah, I bought into a Christopher Wool painting. These new security tokens offerings where you can actually purchase in some of the finest art of the world. Blue chip investments in the art world, baby. We're talking about Banksy, Christopher Wool, as I just said, Andy Warhol, Picasso, and so many others. Take a listen right here from Scott Lynn as he tells you about it. I got a link in the top of the description. I'm loving this. This is what some of the richest people in the world invest in to really, really get the returns and the safe investment on their money. Now, there's risk with everything, right? But listen to what he's got to say about what's going on here with Masterworks.
Yeah, so we have a giant database of art market returns, right? So we're the only firm in the art market that actually has a research team dedicated to learning about returns. And the one secret that we learned very, very early on is that returns in the art market are only predictable until a painting costs about $1 million or more. So anything less than $1 million in the art market, I wouldn't say it's akin to a lottery ticket, but you're definitely taking a lot of risk. So we tend to focus on that very high-end segment of the art market that has much more predictable returns.
All right, so how does Masterworks make money?
We make money very similar to private equity funds. So our management fees are 1.5% per year, plus 20% of the profit when a painting sells. We tell people to think of these as 3 to 10 year illiquid investments, expect to hold the investment for a long time. We do have a secondary market now, so people are trading shares in these paintings just like you would trade shares in a company. But in general, they're longer term investments.
Do the shares go up with the appreciation, say, of another painting that's not in your portfolio?
Yeah, so that's the exact right way to think about it. And a lot of people don't understand this about the art market. They tend to think of it as this very opaque industry, but really half of the art market, $60 billion a year in transaction volume, half of that trades at public auction. So you have a huge data set of paintings that are bought and sold all around the world to really understand how prices are trending, very much like real estate. So a comparable in our market would be, a similar Picasso that's selling that then informs the value of the current investment the investor has.
All right, so
well, let me tell you something. This is, first of all, a very liquid market, $60 billion market. And just the way he equated it to a similar painting of Picasso selling for a certain, really kind of touches to the comparable of what the artwork may be that's held within Masterworks. I tell you something, and they also have a secondary market that you can trade these between the security token holders, and it's $20 a token to participate in this thing. I tell you something, I see nothing but huge upside, and I'm very excited. I am a huge art guy. Look, you know, I'm a musician, songwriter, producer anyway, so art is very big to me in my world. So this is a hell of an opportunity, and save room for me on those Andy Warhols, because I'm going to be getting in hard on those in the next month or two. There it is. But that's security tokens and the offerings happening in the art world. Now take a look at this here. Disney is looking to hire NFT experts. Look at where the world is going, whether we're talking about art or Disney and the experience with NFTs, or whether we're talking about Ferrari has set up a department focusing on digital services that are exploring opportunities with the virtual reality gaming and social media world. We're talking about the metaverse. You know, this channel, and I've said it before, and I'm going to remind you again, these are areas of opportunity for investment that I am extremely excited about. We are going to see the Ripple XRP business through to the end, till we get our clarity, till we see everything begin to have that mass adoption moment. But I can tell you, the metaverse, NFTs, DeFi, and security tokens are going to be huge areas of investment for me. And I will be sharing my digital perspectives on those things just like today as they grow and continue to go forward on the channel. Taking a look right here, we see Governor Abbott out of Texas is pleading with crypto miners to switch off equipment in the event of a power grid overload. Now, this is not really fun business, because you remember they had a severe storm last year that really put people in harm's way. And he says because of that, he faced a lot of pressure regarding the grid stability. And now, knowing there's so many miners in Texas, Abbott's Bitcoin aspirations may land him in a defeat. Imagine this. Bitcoin and mining may end up playing a major role in Texas in who becomes governor. I tell you, this renewable, solar, wind, all this renewable energy sources really needs to be explored heavily, not just because of elections, but because of sustainable energy. Well, that didn't take long. Petition to reduce 30% crypto tax in India garners over 15,000 signatures in 3 hours to say, oh, hell no. That's what we got going on there, right? And look, I tell you, India's investors are walking around like they got tax in their shoes, getting hit with 30% tax on crypto. We got some information coming to you right here in good old USA, too. Hang in there. We're going to check it out. But take a look at this. Make no mistake, when the White House says crypto is a matter of national security, this here and Arizona looking to make Bitcoin legal tender will be some of the examples they point to. They won't allow crypto to get out of their purview. Watch out for the U.S. Treasury, FSOC, and OFAC. Philadelphia is now on the cusp and joining the crypto train, following in Miami and Austin and New York City's footsteps, announcing they want to have a CityCoin for the brotherly of love state. This is pretty crazy what's going on out here. Something will be coming, and this will be a catalyst. Now, here's something that's really crazy. It's XRP FUD. Now, we used to see tons and tons of this back in the day, but I want you to listen to these two gentlemen here talk about what XRP is going to do, and then I'm going to show you some information. And listen, we're investing in this market. You're hearing my voice. You're a speculator in this market. We're prospectors, just like prospectors for gold. And the reality here is anything can go to zero, but I don't think that it is. But listen to them tell you it is.
Bitcoin is going to $10 million per coin, and XRP is going to approximately zero.
Oh, no. Come on. Really?
Zero.
No, there's got to be some value for XRP.
Zero.
A whole zero?
A whole approximate zero.
Not even 0.0000001?
If anything, it's going to go below zero.
You're going to have to pay to get rid of your XRP. Well, you heard it here first. Get rid of your XRP now before you have to pay to get rid of
Give me
it.
a thumbs up.
Yeah, okay, laugh all you want. Check this out. This is what they're looking for at Ripple. Ripple is expanding its global AML and sanctions team and seeks to hire experienced head of anti-money laundering and sanctions compliance in its UK office. This role will be focused on building on managing Ripple's UK AML sanctions program and operationalizing Ripple's UK-based crypto business activities. Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to zero. By the way, Susan Friedman from Ripple is on the Digital Pound Foundation. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure you do your own research. This is what we're talking about. Now, let me run some more up your flagpole right here. This is a reminder. We covered this over the last 2 days, but just very quick to touch on this FUD that's out here. Don't let it shake you. Or maybe you do. But Ripple's partner, Modulr, is offering payment services to Swift, SEPA, Bax, Chaps. You get it. And a direct connection to the Bank of England. Right here, says Ripple Cindy Young, the head of RippleNet in Europe. Yeah, I don't know that it's going to zero, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you think about the fact that Craig Phillips from the U.S. Treasury is on the board at Ripple. All of this speaks to why would someone from the Treasury come here to have their career tarnished? Why would Sandy O'Connor come here to have their career tarnished? Why would the 43rd Treasurer from the U.S. Treasury Department come here to have her career tarnished? More importantly, why is it so important for Ripple board members to have Treasury experience? And I give you my speculation right now. It's because XRP is going to be revered as money or a stable coin or some kind of bond designation. And let's go over that really quickly so there's no confusion. We have been forced to speculate on many different outcomes on how XRP could be designated. All of the outcomes that we have taken a look at on this channel have been for the specific and sole purpose of understanding how, no matter how it gets classified, it is able to operate at its full-scale intended use. Make no mistake about the fact that I consider, in my mind, XRP as a currency. And if they want it to be a stable coin, I'm fine with that too. Because I do ultimately believe there will at some point be a price set. Because if you can't provide an asset for the banking system to use that is more reliable than the options of choice for settlement and collateral at this point, then why have it? That has always been my stance and the reason I started my channel. But because we have people like Gary Gensler coming to the SEC who really have turned a 180 from what they taught at MIT, we see that Gary Gensler sees himself as a hammer now that he is the SEC chair, and by default, he sees all tokens, at least the majority of them, as a nail. And that means he would like to see 99, if not 100% of this space be, in fact, digital asset securities. So we have to follow this closely. But let's take a look here. We do get some upside in all of this, and the upside is we've just seen a huge precedent in a court case with the IRS saying it will not tax unsold staked crypto. Take a look here. We'll take it where we can get it, ladies and gentlemen. Thus, in this case, it was over staking crypto and receiving new tokens, which is now considered by the IRS as new property created by the taxpayer, and therefore not income, which comes into the taxpayer in order to be taxed. Tokens gained through staking or any other newly created property must first be converted into readily accessible form of wealth. Thus, the lawsuit claims until tokens are sold, no taxable event has occurred. The decision has set large precedent amid broader policy debate how to define tax crypto assets. The 2021 version of the IRS 2040 prominently features a line item asking if filers at any time during the year received, sold, exchanged, or otherwise disposed of any financial interest in any virtual currency, indicating to many the IRS intends to make crypto a central point of focus moving forward. However, There still remains confusion as the IRS instructions issued recently during December 21st defined a transaction involving virtual currency as one that included the receipt of new virtual currency as a result of mining and staking activities going directly against the decision at hand. With tax filing season for 2021 opening last week, the news has already created waves in crypto community. While it's unclear at the moment if the IRS plans to update its official guidance for last year, sources close to the matter say the couple plans to pursue the case further in court to obtain longer-term protection. This would undoubtedly set a national precedent for the growing staking industry, currently estimated to be around $18 billion. One thing is for sure, that half of all Bitcoin owners filing taxes on their crypto for the first time this year, the decision is likely to be one of the most closely watched in 2021 tax filing season. We are moving so close to getting the clarity we need, and I know it doesn't feel that way at times, but check this out. There's another article out here, and we need help with this one. And I'd like to have help from the top. Either, David Schwartz, Brad Garlinghouse, Ashish Burler, or Matt Hamilton, if he could help out here as well. This article suggests right here that we could potentially see the tech giant started these programmed XRP escrow releases back in 2017. The plan was to let 55 billion out into circulation, so Ripple is likely to stop unlocking coins at some point this year. I don't pretend to know this answer, and I don't pretend to try to provide it. I want to get an answer from somebody at Ripple who can tell us exactly whether they will or won't. Taking a look right here, non-US XRP investors petition for congressional investigation of the SEC. More pressure to go along with what John Deaton has been busting his tail to do for all of us. And I tell you, we need this. And we need answers. The SEC has been stonewalling in this case against Ripple, and they've been stonewalling against John Deaton and anyone else, the Empowerment Oversight Committee. It is just deplorable the way they have handled themselves as an agency. Well, we may have some more bad news and an opportunity for keep filling your bags, at least. I know where I stand. How about you, says ProCoin News. Make sure you give them a follow in the description box. John Deaton says no settlement anytime soon. Listen to this quick clip right here. Let me take you down here and let him tell you. 1 second here. A shout out to JV the Great for this and Paul Barron.
Yet to be forced to turn it over. And so, for example, they filed the motion to reconsider her decision. If she stands by, when I say she, Judge Netburn, if she stands by her original decision and says the documents related, the emails, they come in and the other stuff comes in, then the SEC can write an objection to her decision to the judge presiding over the case, which is Judge Torres. And then Judge Torres would then it would take at least another month before she probably would rule, and she's either going to overrule Judge Netburn or she would agree with her. And then the question, Paul, is if Judge Torres sides with Judge Netburn and says these documents must be turned over, will the SEC attempt an appeal to the Second Circuit? So I wish I could come on here and say that, there's going to be any more delays, but I can't. If the SEC fights that hard, if after Judge Torres, assuming she does, rules that these documents must be turned over to Ripple, and the SEC still refuses, you could see a settlement again within 90 days. But that 90 days is from the time they must turn it over.
Right.
If the judge, and the way this would happen is the judge would say, you have 30 days to turn over the documents, and if you don't, then the case will be dismissed. That's what I think you were looking for. A lot of people were asking, well, what's the mechanism of when would the judge throw this out? If the SEC refuses to comply with her orders, she could dismiss the case with prejudice against the SEC.
And there you have it. So we have to pay very close attention to what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to John Deaton and Paul Barron for a great interview there. Now, this is a reminder right here. I want to ask this question again. And first of all, if you did not see my 2 videos from yesterday about the information here from the World Bank report from November 2021 that claims, or not claims, but they call, in fact, in the report, XRP and XLM stablecoins for cross-border payment. Now, a stablecoin designation would be very, very important to us because I don't believe that the coins would be worth $1. I believe they could be pegged to any amount of value that collateral and the utility and liquidity that are moving across the network to represent that value of the asset and the protocol itself. Remember, the value is in the protocol, ladies and gentlemen. And the big question here that I asked yesterday that I ask again today, as we are forced as early investors and prospectors in this digital asset space to take a look at whether XRP is a security, to take a look at whether XRP is a currency, to take a look at whether XRP could classify as a bearer bond instrument or a non-security note, which could become, in fact, a stable coin. The question we have to ask ourselves is, do we think that the World Bank's wrong? Because they say it's a stable coin. That's the question. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and share with somebody you know. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. Ladies and gentlemen, there's tons of scams going on out here. I covered this yesterday morning. If you were contacted by an exchange or a bank that you use, please make the assumption that whoever has contacted you is a scammer first. Reverse engineer the communication. Go to the website directly and then contact your provider through their website. This way you know your communication is clean. That is, I believe, the safest way and path to ensure that you're not being scammed first. And if you want to take extra protection, you could do it right here with Ledger Nano, cold storage for your wallet. But it gets better because you can also buy and exchange your assets off your cold wallet in their tradable platform now. So make sure you check them out. Links for all of this and more with great specials and deals in the comment and description section for everything we talked about. I'll catch all of you on the next one.